my videos about Chopin's music and about Chopin's posthumous works. Was that an etude? No, it wasn't. Even though it seems like it's an etude, but it is a waltz, of course. Posthumous waltz in A-flat major key. The waltz written when Chopin was about 19 years old. Why he wrote that, we don't exactly know. We can only think about and guess. Probably another waltz for salon music or occasional music, maybe some gift, maybe written in some diary, but definitely the piece that is a kind of show-off piece, that is a piece to have fun, to impress the audience, and also to give them happiness and smile on their face, and also electrifying music. That's how I would call this waltz. And it's a very short, extremely short waltz, one of the shortest. So the analysis of today also will be very short, because is there anything to analyze? That's the question. Maybe nothing. In fact, if you know me from a long time, then you probably know that Mr. Niemczuk will surely find something here. And in a way you are correct, but it's not that Mr. Niemczuk will surely find something here, but it is that Mr. Chopin put something inside here that is worth to talk about and worth to show you. And I think it's very much worth to have fun trying to listen to this, and while listening to this, trying to hear it when you listen. Even though, of course, when you just listen to it for fun, it's also fantastic, and we don't have to go so deeper. But I think it's worth it, because there are two things that I would like to point out and show you in this waltz, so that you can have more fun in listening to this. So, first one is how the phrases are constructed, and the second one is how the melody is constructed and composed, because it's very interesting. So let's start from the phrases. Phrases are very regular, but yet there is something that we can find here, which is not on the surface, but under the ground. Let's call it like this. Because what we hear on the surface is, first of all, the left hand, which is not that easy to play, because as you can see, the left hand has to jump all the time from the left part to the right part of the key. So I recommend everybody who wants to play this waltz to start from learning the left hand alone and making it a very fast waltz, maybe even without looking. Look how I can play that looking at you, right? And I can play the whole left hand with my eyes closed. That's the first thing, because we need to be very supple and very flexible. So anyway, it has to be very light waltz. Left hand has all the time obsessively repeated waltz rhythm, whereas right hand has a very figurative melody, very fast and light and virtuoso. And believe me, it's not so comfortable for the hand, which is a little strange, and which makes me think that Chopin did it on purpose. Because I know Chopin rather well, and I know that he loved to write pieces that fit for the hand. But he also could do it that it doesn't. Like in some of the etudes, he did on purpose to improve the technique. On this waltz, I think, not really to improve the technique, but mostly maybe so that nobody else will play it so easily like him. Because for him it was okay, but he knew that for others it will not be. That's how it is written, because it's not comfortable. Even if it sounds comfortable, it's not. So anyway, how it is, because we just hear and stop. And then when there is this stop, it's the first antecedent phrase, the first phrase of the whole musical sentence. Let's call it like this. And then we have the second, which starts the same. but has a different ending. And then everything is repeated. Again, the first phrase and repeated. And the ending is different. This ending that explodes and goes up high in the sky, right? This is the moment when the part A ends. Then we have something new. But now, what is so interesting about this is that Chopin is composing this first sentence kind of imitating a person who has problems with speaking, and is, you know, it is as if every syllable we talk two times. Because listen, repeat it. Okay, repeat it. And then this is the genius moment. After this, suddenly you manage to say a longer sentence. And this is the first phrase. So once again, repeat it. Repeat it. And the longer phrase. And then the same. The same. And then a longer phrase. So now when you listen to this and think about it, I think you will laugh. Because that's... And I think that people that time, they could catch it immediately. Maybe we don't think about it now. Maybe we don't have to think about it, but when we really do, then we laugh. I laugh at least. So that's very funny. But then, let's go to the melody, deeper into the melody, because here in the melody, something amazing happens. Chopin is using all the time suspended notes. Suspended notes, which, you know what is, I will show you now, but I explained many times what is a suspended note, but let's do it here because I call this waltz actually a suspended note waltz. That's my title. And so let's just make it very clear for everybody, not musicians especially, what it really is, the suspended note. Let's take a very popular melody, for example. Everybody knows Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And then if I add suspended notes to this Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, it sounds like this. Sorry. So the suspended note is the note before the actual main theme. Right? I think it's simple. A note which is very close, which is just before the one that actually has to be here. And now you smile because I think you can already hear that I'm correct. I mean that Chopin wrote it like this. And now let's have fun and let's get rid of all these suspended notes. Let's get rid of them and let's see what the real melody is. And this is fun. Okay, listen. Or something like that. At the end it's a little bit more complicated because Chopin is a little bit moving the suspended notes on 1 milliseconds later. It's like But that's very, very complicated, actually, what I'm saying now. So let's leave this topic, because that's not that actually interesting and important. But coming back to this, was it nice? Well, I think it's fantastic. So listen once again and then a normal. Fantastic. Sorry. And so that's how it's constructed. That's how it's the first part A constructed. Let's call it like this. And then we have the second part where something funny happens. First of all, we have a very simple. Repeat it. Repeat it. Repeat it. It's like making circles. So this is very typical for mazurka, this kind of circles, because that's how we were dancing our Polish folk music, mazurka, right? But here in the waltz, Chopin decided to do the same thing, like we are circling around. But what happens is that left hand is listening to the right hand so much that left hand forgot to write a waltz rhythm. Instead, writes for a little bit, it plays not a waltz rhythm, but then comes back. So this part I call for the left hand that forgot to play. And then again. And then we come back to the beginning. At the end. Now, well, I will explain you this at the ending. I said it's too complicated to explain, but actually maybe it's not. I will compare to the beginning. If we have at the beginning the suspended notes on the first note, just like I told you, I showed you, right, in the Twinkle Twinkle, then here at the very end, this suspended note is number 2, not number 1. So it starts from the main note, and then we have suspension. All the time suspended notes, but a little bit later. And this is another genius moment. It's not regular. And for our subconscious also it's very important. That's why we love it so much. Anyway, after all this, and mind you that we have ABA structure here, which is very interesting. We have the trio, which is a very simple, uncomplicated melody that actually is not really a melody. I hear this here as a trumpet player. There is a trumpet coming, playing a kind of signal, right? Chopin is using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 notes only here. And 2 chords. 1 chord, second. So as simple as it possibly can be. And now, before, when I played it a little before, I thought maybe I would try to make out something out of it. Some kind of, elegant melody, but then I thought, well, come on, how can I make an elegant, like a trumpet, playing the signal? I think it's better to just show it very clearly that maybe like a little kid, little boy coming with a little trumpet, and bum, 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 and it's just playing this. It has a kind of even Polonaise rhythm, a little bit. So anyway, this is like a small little kid heroic moment. And that's all, my friends. This is, as I told you, very, very short, very funny, but still you can see that in such a little waltz we can still find some very exciting moments. Let's enjoy it at the end of the video one more time, and then we will finish this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again in my next videos. Bye bye.